What is up, guys? Welcome back to the videos. If you guys are new, my name is Mike. Alright, so today is kind of a sad day, but it happens every year. Probably gonna be storing Ariana soon because if you look at the weather lately, it is very gloomy. That usually means it's gonna snow, and the forecast does say tomorrow it will snow. So Ariana is sadly gonna go into storage. And I want to explain a few things before I actually go ahead and store the car. Like, number one is the reason why I don't drive the Evo during the winter, and I know it's very capable of it. It's all-wheel drive. It's technically like a rally car, as everyone DMs me and comments and stuff like that. But it's not that I don't trust it wintertime. You know, I could always raise the suspension or put it back on stock suspension and get winter tires, and it should be good. But I want to reserve this car. I've put so much into this build that if I just drive it wintertime, which it'll last, I just don't want it to rust. I'm not scared of the snow, it's more of I'm scared of the salt. I do know a few Evo 10 drivers that have driven their car wintertime, and I know this car before has been, since it's from 2008, it has probably been winter driven. But I want to prolong and preserve this car as long as possible, since this is really the car that really started the channel and that all you guys know. It would just really suck if one day it would have so much rust repair that I would just have to buy a new one. Instead of doing that, I really want to preserve this car and try and make it last as long as possible, since the engine is fairly new. So my usual spot is like right in here, but there's so much mud. I don't really want Ariana to go through that, so I don't know, we'll see if we can find another one. So this will have to do. Oh geez, that's not good. We got a screw in the tire, boys. So as you guys probably saw in the last vlog, I got new wheels. Basically a junkyard find TE37 that I got like almost for free. So if you guys haven't checked that out, I'll leave like a link or whatever to that video. Since this is like basically the last vlog until next summer that you'll maybe see Ariana out like this, I basically want to run down all the big changes or all the changes that this car has went through this summer. And I like doing this because it's kind of like a milestone every season. If you guys are new to the channel and don't really know me or my car, this is my 2008 Lancer Evolution 10 GSR, proudly named Ariana. So I guess we'll start with the canards. These canards are carbon fiber. They seem to be holding up really well. I believe they are like Veris reps or something like that. I wanted to get the original ones from Veris, but they would have taken like 3-4 months to get here from Japan, and that's just how it is. And I didn't really want to wait that long to get canards. Maybe when I do change my front bumper in the future, I will end up getting like the original canards, but since this is just a stock bumper, I don't really mind repping like a replica part. This is also a replica lip. This I actually got from Speed Factor, which is a local shop. This is the Voltex polyurethane rep lip. The reason why I didn't want to get an original Voltex lip is because this one is actually really flexible. And obviously, if you guys have any experience driving a lowered car, the front lip or the front bumper always scrapes. With the original one being fiberglass, I would have broken it and I would have had to buy another one. So this is a fraction of the cost of the real one. And in my opinion, it's more durable and it just suits my lifestyle of driving the car a lot more. And that to me is more important than whether you have a real part or not. No matter what car you build, it honestly comes down to your budget. If we all had the choice, we'd probably all be driving Paganis, Lamborghinis, Ferraris. But not all of us have that budget, so you gotta, that's the most important thing with building cars. I'm all for buying real parts. I did buy a big real part that I thought was gonna be here, but it's been 4 or 5 months and it's still not here. So that's just an idea of how long it takes to get real parts from Japan. Well, for me anyways. What else do I have in front? I do have HIDs. I think it's those ones or these ones. Basically stock headlights. I have two Hella, I think these are sharp tones, Hella horns. They are the original color yellow that kind of match the tow hook made by Cusco. This is a stock intercooler. It was kind of old looking when I first got the car. So what I did to get a nice clean finish is I actually got like a silver wheel paint, like an alloy paint. And I just sprayed the intercooler and it did look pretty new. I am probably gonna change the intercooler next year. I always say this, but maybe next year I'll add more power to the car. I do get a lot of hate actually for the front license plate being there. This is my opinion why I put it there. I don't want to drill holes over here since this is a clean bumper. And I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but there are 2 bolts over there, which if I want to really get the maximum airflow towards the intercooler, I can just unbolt those 2 bolts and it is full straight on into the intercooler to get the maximum power out of the Evo engine, as all of you guys want me to. When you're driving in the city with busy roads like that, let's be honest here, do you really feel that maximum airflow straight into the intercooler? Do you really feel that? So that's my point of view. I daily drive my car. I drive it around the city. This car doesn't really see the racetrack at all. And if I ever do take this to the track, don't worry, that's the first thing I'm gonna take off. That's just my opinion on that. Another big change to the car is the overall livery. I'll put a picture on right now of the old livery, and this is the new one. At first, I wasn't a huge fan of it. My dad helped me pick this out. I showed him a picture of a livery that I found. We kind of made it our own. And then, yeah, this is basically how the livery came about. It's starting to grow on me, actually. I really like it now. It's something different, and it's not too wild, unlike the other one. And I also have this prototype banner. I know lots of you guys have been asking me for banners. With this style, you kind of have to make it for the car. Like, this is for an Evo 10, and it'll only fit an Evo 10. Since all windshields are kind of different on all cars, we kind of have to adjust the lettering just so it'll fit. I really hope that doesn't affect the audio, but it probably will. So please excuse the train, but I do have a big wing. It is from Battle Aero, but it is like the 70-inch wing, so it's the largest one so far, or the largest one at the time that they made. In my opinion, I think it fits the car perfectly. I like having the wing stick out just a little bit. They do sell one that's a little bit shorter, that's like up to here, up to here. I think it really completes the overall look of the car. So if you guys are looking for a wing, my video is actually on the Battle Aero website, so go check them out if you want a really good bang for buck wing. Side skirts that I had since last season. The wheels are called the Fast FC. They're titanium finish, they're flow forming. I just really like the color of this wheel, and I think it really flows well with the car. I feel like if I had black wheels, it would just be really, it just won't pop as much. You won't be able to appreciate the wheel. Oh, exhaust, but that was old. It's a full titanium cat delete exhaust. So for the interior, I'm rocking Takata harnesses in front, going all the way down. I am thinking about getting like a harness bar next summer or something like that, or maybe like a little roll cage, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. And I have both seats and basically the whole interior reupholstered to this Recaro 90s fabric. I really like the 90s-esque look for the JDM cars, so I kind of put one in this car. So far, I'm the only Evo 10 with an interior like this, and I really like that. I think it makes the car look a lot more unique. It just looks a lot better than the overall stock Evo 10 interior, which everyone hates apparently. The steering wheel is also reupholstered. This is, I forgot what it's called, but it's the leather with the holes in it. Normal leather going around. Got it all reupholstered with a red stripe. Oh, and if you guys were wondering, this wrap is called Crimson Red. It is a satin red chrome, that's what it's called. And this is the original color of the car. So I just basically rewrapped the car red. The reason why I did that is I feel like it would be really weird for me to rewrap the whole car, for instance, green. I didn't really want to wrap the car green, but if I were to do that and when I open the door or pop the hood, it would be red, and I think it would look really, really weird. So unless I respray the whole car, I don't think I would wrap this car any other color than red. Maybe just different variants of red, but the car's staying red so far. Alright, so under the hood, again, we got this factory color right beside the new wrap color. Honestly, I think it blends really well. You don't really notice it too much. We have the Password JDM carbon fiber radiator cooling plate. I'm not too sure what this does or if it does help at all, but I think it does look really good, and it adds more of like a modified-esque look, since the old one was this plastic looking thing, kind of similar to this. I have a Blitz air filter that I got from Japan. This is an air filter that I had on my JDM Evo 4, and I know air filters are just sound mods. I totally get that, and I understand that an air filter doesn't really make a big difference, but I changed mine since mine was getting old anyways, and this one is made out of full 100% mesh, so I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but this is all mesh here. There's no like spongy filter like material in there too. It's all mesh, and you can really hear the turbo spool a lot more blow off sounds and stuff like that. So again, that's more of a sounds mod. Call me a ricer, I don't really care. I also have the InGen intake, which I got locally, used again. I'm probably gonna powder coat or maybe paint these two pipes one day. I'm not too sure, I'm still deciding. I have an HKS SSQV blow off valve, and I know it is venting to atmosphere, so no air is going back into the intake or turbine. But if I wanted to vent back into the intake, I could honestly just flip this around here because it does move, and I do have a recirc kit for it. And so far with this setup, a lot of you guys have been commenting and DMing me on the videos regarding that I'm gonna blow up my motor. I'm stupid for running this without the tune. Where I am right now in Winnipeg, there isn't a lot of people who can tune Evos, especially with an all-wheel drive dyno. That's just how it is over here. But so far, again, I don't really drive my car too much, just basically to shows and nice days and cruises with friends during the summer. I've been rocking this setup and there are zero issues with it. Sometimes the idle goes like, it's a little weird on idle, but honestly that's about it. I do know it needs a tune, and I do know I'm going to make a lot more power as soon as I get a tune. The setup so far is fine. It obviously could be better, but so far I have no complaints with it. I also deleted the clutch pill or the clutch delay valve. I do feel the clutch is a little bit lighter, but at the same time it's more accurate, I guess, and more direct. So if you guys want to try that out, I do have a video on how to do that as well. Passport JDM carbon fiber bits. Oh, I have ISC coilovers in now, so shout out to them for reaching out to me and yeah, giving me an awesome deal on these coilovers and supporting the build. So if you guys need coilovers for your JDM car or any other car and you don't want to drop like too much money, I highly recommend ISC. They make parts for JDM cars and they are in North America, so that's really awesome. It totally beats waiting for parts from Japan to get here, especially if you just want coilovers. So highly recommend them. I'll leave a link to them down below if you want to check them out. Brembo brakes came factory on this car. Oh, I didn't make a video on this, but I will show you guys now, since I will most likely have to redo it anyways. Is my trunk setup. Now, I was planning to have a video on this, but we wanted to get this ready for hot import nights in Minneapolis. If you guys remember, I was there in Minneapolis for a car show. It was my first American car show. It was pretty awesome, although we were really rushing since it was like a last minute trip and we had to complete all of this. But I guess now is the perfect time to explain what we had to do, since this is all coming out and I'm gonna have to redo it, and I'll explain why in just a bit. Alright, so if you guys are wondering how we fit this whole, this is called MDX, it's almost like particle board, I think. It's like a high-end particle board. Correct me if I'm wrong, I have no idea. But how we fit this in the trunk is this piece here, just a line going down here, is actually a second piece, so I can lift this up and I can take the whole thing in and out. So shout out to you, Dad, for being super smart, and he cut this all by hand actually, which is amazing. So shout out to you again, Dad. This is actually the stock sub to the car, and this is the Rockford that was just chilling in there. We put it in a universal 10-inch sub box, reupholstered it in the remaining Recaro fabric I had. This was actually from one of those like hard tuned or tuned in Tokyo or tuner called backpacks that I got my brother that he broke. So I took the backpack, threw the backpack away, and used the straps at the back here, screwed them on, and it really matches the interior of the car, which I really like. I think it goes well. I really like it. These are actually 2 amps that my dad had laying around. These are like from the 90s, 2000s. They still work really well, although I think there was like a wiring thing. I suspect it's my head unit that's going, because the head unit was still giving current to these amps one day, and now the whole sub doesn't turn on, and it really sucks because it looks cool. And I can also make it blink if I want to. Oh, that's off. If you guys know anything about subs, you might know the brand called Focal. I have a Focal K2 13-inch subwoofer, which I'll show you guys a little clip of it. I did buy that locally, and I also have a Focal amp to go with the sub. I'm going to be putting that in here and maybe upgrading the trunk setup next season. I don't know what else I did to the car, but so far that's basically the whole car. If I missed anything, let me know down below, or check out my other video on the version 1, or basically my walk around of my Evo from last season. I want to thank you guys for all the support that I've been getting with the channel. Looking back at it, around this time last summer, we just hit 1,000 subscribers, and to me, I was so hyped that, you know, I was able to hit 1,000 subscribers. It's something I never thought I'd be able to do, and now we're at, I think, 4.6 thousand, almost 5K. So in a year, we've more than doubled in subscribers, which is freaking awesome. I love that. Thank you guys so much for all the support, and hopefully I will continue to build this car. I don't have any intentions of selling it anytime soon. I run into you guys sometimes, and it's freaking awesome to see all the support and love coming from you guys and from the channel and stuff. That's just super cool and super awesome. So I want to thank you guys for all of the support and the sharing the channel and sharing the videos and stuff. It really means a lot. I do apologize. Sadly, this car has to go into storage. So let's take our last farewells, boys. That basically concludes the whole walk around of my car. Looking back and watching these videos and seeing how much the car has changed over the time that I've had it. And I hope you guys like watching as much as I do. But right now we are headed to storing this car for the winter. We're heading to the storage place. As if you're OG to the channel, you guys would know what place I'm talking about. It's the same place where I installed the carbon fiber hood that I had that didn't really stick too long on the car. Maybe we'll drop by this winter, check out the car, and kind of say hi to it every now and then. Sometimes I do buy parts and I try to install the little things that I can while it's stored. But I don't know, we'll see what we can do this winter and see if we can get some Subarus to go sideways in the snow. I'm gonna have to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and join the Annie Perfect Society. Peace out and make it happen.